What is up there, everybody? Citrus Aviation here with Model Aircraft News Monthly for January 2020, and we have a jam-packed show for y'all today. With that being said, I want to welcome River Aviation onto this month's episode as the guest host.
Thank you very much for having me today. I'm very glad to come in today.
We have a jam-packed show today, so let's get started with the headline news. And we have one headline news item, and that is simple. NG Models. Broken models needs to stop. And this is basically something that we covered in a previous episode with the QC issues. They continue with the A350s and the A321s. Seemingly every single person on the planet has gotten their JetBlue A321 with a missing antenna, the one right in front of the Wi-Fi box. Now, NG Models claims that this is because they had an issue when they were designing the tray that holds the model, that they made an issue with it.
And then it got mass produced, and
they got mass produced, and they weren't ready for the antennas being located up as far as they were, and so that caused some issues. And so that's NG Models' explanation. I hope they fix that soon, and if that is the issue, that'll be great. Also, NG Models, unlike Gemini Jets, has promised they are going to use better glue. I know. What a difficult fix.
I got very fortunate to get my antenna. Very fortunate.
Yeah. Super lucky.
Definitely ask your retailer if they have extra antennas. I'm sure some of them do.
Yep, and a lot of these retailers will ship you spare parts as well. So if you need spare parts, check your local retailer, beg very nicely, and they might send you replacement parts. I've gotten a replacement Delta A350 gear that I needed, and I'm also going to be getting a new Northwest CR2 nose wheel as well. With that being said, we do have some very exciting mold announcements. And first, starting off with the NG Models 10 new mold announcement that they made at the very beginning of the year, where they said,
I believe it was like December 23rd or 4th. I think it was the 4th.
Yeah, so it was right around Christmas.
Something like that.
And they said that we're going to bring in the new year. Hopefully you have great holidays, Christmas, and that sort of thing. And that we are going to bring 10 new molds in the new year and have some new fun ways to interact with model collectors. Now, at the time that we are recording this, I do happen to know some of those new fun ways to interact with model collectors is. I'm not allowed to talk about them, but I can just say that there's going to be some interesting content coming up from both myself and other people that's going to be unique that you haven't seen before on YouTube. That's all I can say. At the time this video goes out, you will have already seen the first phase of that new fun ways to interact with collectors. You'll get to see what that is. It's gonna be fun.
Okay, so I was gonna say I do have permission. I did make a video about the 10 new molds on December 24th. So if you'd be kind enough to potentially check that out, that is available for more information on that topic.
Card will be up in the top right hand corner. Go check it out.
Thank you.
Next up, we have the new molds, which there is a big announcement with new molds coming out, and we have 3 new molds from NG Models. These will be the 737-600, the 737-700, and the 737-900. These are the first 3 of the new molds that are coming out. Now, I actually predicted these would be the molds that were coming out. I know I've talked to some of the people here. River Aviation can attest. I've been predicting a 700.
That as well, and then I will give NG credibility. I heard a couple rumors as early as the middle of 2019 that the 700 and 900 were coming in early 21. So props to NG for holding accountable to that. Very awesome stuff.
Yes, and right now you can see some pictures on the screen from yesterday's airlines. There is a card in the top right hand corner where you can go check out the article where he talked about these new molds, and there's a link in the description where you can go check out his website. He's got a lot of fantastic content, and he sent over these really high quality pictures of the new molds. There are 3 of them. The first one is the 737-600. This one is sewn with winglets, which I don't think there are any 736s with winglets. So this is
right. And in the article, late in the article, he goes on about that it will be interchangeable with the non-winglets and the bended winglets, and of course split scimitars. So for all the variants, of course, but yeah. 600 obviously just the non-winglets, but great to know that's interchangeable.
The 700 looks really, really nice. I really like this sculpt. By far the best looking 700 I've seen from just the mold.
Yeah, looking at it, some of the things I really liked about it was I thought that the engines were very nicely leveled. I feel like the nose landing gear seems just a little tall, but I feel like they'll be able to adjust that a bit.
They've already done that for the 800, so you can definitely do it.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Because the 900 I thought looked very, very nice in that department. Also, the tail detail just looked fantastic. I also thought that the noses were pretty good for the most part. Not perfect with the 700 from what I read with yesterday airliners, but I feel like they'll be able to adjust these things. This is, of course, a sample. But just for the first sample, incredible, man.
Absolutely amazing. And the Dash 900 is the last one. I'm most excited for, I think, the 700, but the 900, that looks spicy.
There's going to be some excellent variety. And on top of that, geographically, he made a very good point about Chinese 700s being a huge deal. And I'm sure there's plenty of airlines in Europe, like Aeromexico, KLM, WestJet come to mind. So there's a lot of variety and diversity with the 700 that will be an excellent addition to NG's lineup on a monthly basis.
Absolutely, and I can think of 3 more that will just retire. The Delta 700, the Turkish Airlines 700, and the first, last, and only Fiji Airways 737-700 as well will be really great model.
There's a lot.
So a lot of great stuff they can do. We can really expand out of the Gemini Jet's very limited selection of 700s and get tons of models. I think that's great.
Only 6 in the last 2 years, and 4 of them being Southwest.
And this will be the first Dash 600 in 1 to 400 scale, which is great. At least the first decent one. And the 900.
I thought the Panda one was pretty good, but
yeah, but there's just not many of those available. Like just basically
very
none.
True.
So with that being said, I also want to say that River Aviation has done a video on these new molds, and go check them out, top right hand corner. So with that being said, NG Models is really killing it with the molds. So far there are 3 of 10. At this rate, 10 molds is very possible, and right after this video I should hopefully have a video on my predictions for the 10 molds are coming out. With that being said, we have a ton of releases to go over. I have 10 different releases. I know, right? That's 10. So let's get started right here with the Gemini Jet's December pictures. Now, there was a little bit of a controversy over these models because Gemini Jets increased the prices on these.
As well as shorted retailers beyond the normal amount.
Yeah, beyond disbelief. So retailers will, it appears, were allowed only about a third what they normally are. And they put up the prices starting January the 1st to MSRP. So I hope this does not become a regular thing with their releases. If this is just a one-off, I can forgive them and move on. But if this becomes a regular thing, then we have a problem. We need to talk about it. But that being said, the models they did release, man, they are very nice. Very, very nice. And the pictures look amazing. Tons of great models in here. So far, I just picked up the Illinois one, but I do want a lot of these models. There's about
C-32
5.
probably comes to mind. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to try out the Antonov, but first the indications.
It already sold out. It's done. It's gone.
Yeah,
you can't find that.
First indications.
You can pay $75 at Waffle if you want.
True. First indications, though, are that the Antonov is not that great a model, unfortunately, because some issues it has with the wing and the engines almost touching the ground. I know it sounds crazy, but the outboard engines do almost touch the ground. I think we've been here before.
I got that very interesting Antonov corporate model that came out. I didn't even know that was a thing, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, the Spirit Neo actually
the big thing with that model was the crooked engine that came with many people's, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Only saw one broke, so not bad.
Yeah, the Spirit Neo has some issues. But
color's good.
The Qantas, looking forward to that one. There does appear to be maybe an issue with the titles being too light.
Titles are a little light, but I think they're much better than the initial glance.
Yeah, but lots of great models here. 1-200 models, there were quite a few that sold out. The Gulfstream sold out. The C-130 Hercules Blue Angel sold out. And surprisingly, the KLM Lockheed L-188 sold out. Not sure what's up with that. But
those guys go crazy on those retros, man. Especially in the scale of 1 to 200.
Yeah. So good stuff. I think overall, December was maybe the single best Gemini Jets month releases in like 3 years.
Overall?
Yeah.
Probably, with 1 to 200, see, this is the thing, is like, I haven't like been crazy on 1 to 200, but 1 to 400, February really comes to mind. Oh yeah, absolutely.
that sign on the Northwest 747. Wow, that is ridiculous. Amazing.
They are so good at getting detail on the big scale.
And speaking of General Jets, we might as well move on to their January 2021 releases. As we're recording this, the pictures have just come out, and we have some
I did my tier list earlier today.
Yes, go check that video out, top right-hand corner. Thoughts on the models are, the BA747 looks great.
I had to buy it. That says something.
Best model. We also have Sunbot Airlines 737-800F. That looks fantastic.
I had to get that one too because I've had I talked to some guys about this aircraft, and some of them are still having a hard time grasping their head around the lighting concept of this new orientation that's been done for October, December, and January with the lighting set at Gemini Jets. The colors come out much brighter than what they are in real life. Prime example, KLM, the new A330neo, Spirit A320neo, Southwest Illinois 1, and I'm not going to keep going on. Antonov ABC, the whole release, literally, as shown. Because if you were to glance at that KLM, for example, and tell me that that is the actual color, no, can't do it. So the DHL, hate to say it, but it's already looking bad in the initial picture. It's already too dark, and when I get this thing on property, I hate to make a video on it, but memes are memes, man. And I still got money for retro, and I still got money to do everything else. So very, very cool. Or, you know, it is what it is, but we'll be able to prove the point when it gets on property.
Yeah, and I actually really like this lighting. I know some people are really upset, but this looks really, really natural to me. Like, you know, the type of picture you might see on jet photos. And so I really like it, and I think it's a pretty good representation of what these models will look like in direct later-ish afternoon sunlight. So I like it.
The thing is, it seems like they go pretty crazy with the saturation, but I'm assuming that's just a marketing strategy, especially towards the younger collectors and the picky collectors on colors. They make it like pop out when they're looking at Facebook, Instagram, retailers' websites, etc. I get the marketing strategy. However, making something that it's not is not particularly my forte, but I do agree to a degree that it is a nice marketing strategy, and at least I have to say they do look slightly, at least they don't Photoshop the heck out of them just like the NG Models photos, but that's just my opinion.
So as someone who does photograph model airplanes, I can tell what they did here. They went out in the brightest, most ideal lighting conditions, took the raw photos.
I can tell you guys right now that is not LED light. There's no way, because first off,
Impossible.
You can just tell from the angle, and then second off, it changes every 3 months. It's obvious that this is winter lighting in Las Vegas, because if you guys look at these summer pictures, June and July especially, you can tell that the sun's literally like 1.5 miles up in the sky, but in these pictures it's more angled. That is a clear sign. And then the April-May pictures from 2019 also show that, because the photos are overcast. This is simple light. It's very obvious. And also, my man Todd's been posting his 1-200s, and you can easily see the backdrop. There's a blue sky back there. So to say that's LED lights is just it's a fib at this point. It's pretty obvious that it's under direct sunlight. We're sunlight enthusiasts here, and that's what we do.
Absolutely.
We know what it is.
This appears to have been taken sometime around, I would say,
3:34.
Yeah, 3:34, and then
right before the golden hour.
Yeah, and then he takes them into Photoshop. And what he does then is he turns up the saturation a little bit. I don't think this actually done too much. I think this actually looks about right. And then he turns up the brightness a little bit. Again, I don't think these images are modified that much.
I think it's just a variety of a variety of saturation and exposure. On top of that, I also feel like he's probably got a pretty high aperture going in the low range, of course, to make it come out. The aircraft are coming out very bright just because it's a mix of camera settings and Photoshop.
Yeah, but I do think that these pictures are taken almost exactly as you see them. Obviously, they toned up the brightness and saturation slightly, but it's only slightly. This looks, I think, if I was to take a look at camera right now, it would look very similar to what the raw looks like. So,
and then on top of that, we have the prime example. It does come out darker in real life, especially if you have your model airplanes under the ceiling, of course, and don't have the best lighting. They definitely come out darker. But a prime example, in my opinion, is the Volaris Airbus A321neo from Gemini Jets. It was very obvious. I'm a sunlight enthusiast as well, if you guys don't know. And in my model aircraft pictures that I take, in my videos, of course, I use the sunlight. And it's very obvious to see that on my side, I don't completely saturate stuff in the videos, of course. It's very obvious to see that the models are slightly darker color-wise compared to their stock images. And I do agree with citrus. I do think that they are good photographs, and at least we've got the Forte, but they'll change it next month, so it really doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, they'll probably change it either. I'd say they're gonna change it when we go back to
Probably spring.
They're gonna change it when we go back to the daylight time, so that'll be in March.
Why Gemini Jet's lighting is hard to understand. It's really not.
It's not. It's just the way it's taken. And to be honest, when I see your videos versus the stock pictures, they look really similar. So I think that just confirms the theories.
The American 789 Velars for sure are prime
Yeah.
examples of that. A little darker, but not significantly.
With that being said, we have other releases as well. And so we're expanding this series to other releases that we're talking about. And here we have the Aero Classics releases for January. They have 9 models. Highlights for me are the Royal Jordanian A310, Valoris A320neo, United Friendship 727-100, and the United Salabas DC-10. What are the highlights for you?
I personally, as a U.S. collector, obviously, I really like the Uniteds, but I did buy the Valoris Airbus A320neo. Gemini Jets 13 touched on it as well, but I also wanted to say that it would be excellent to see a Panda Models or Gemini Jets version of that. But the Aero Classics, I was talking to him. He described it very well. It's definitely a nice, solid aircraft to have for your fleet. However, a nicer version would definitely be appreciated at some point. I really like for the retro collectors, the United DC-10. That's going to be a popular one for sure. And also the 727. I also thought all these interesting A310s and of course the 154s, right? Or what are they, 62s?
Let's see, it's an ILTU 154M. Yep.
154, that's what I thought. They're really nice aircraft for retro guys. It's not my forte necessarily, but just as an aviation enthusiast and model collector, they seem very cool.
Yeah. My one issue with Aero Classics is that the colors tend to be a bit too dark, but other than that,
Absolutely.
they make very good.
Their molds are very consistent, and I feel like their prices are a little high, but it is what it is.
Yep. So that being said, JC Wings killed it this month with their releases. Tons of great stuff in here. They have the Dream Lifter in 1/400 scale with flaps down and non-flaps down. TIE 747, both versions as well. They're doing the A350 1000 in the Aerospace Explorer stock livery, both versions, flaps up and down available. Etihad 7810 Dreamliner in the Eco Dreamliner special livery. That's not the green one, that's the one with the stickers. And that's 1/400. They have that same A350 I talked about a moment earlier in 1/200 as well. They have the JAL 789 1/200 scale. They have a 1/200 Air New Zealand ATR 72. They have that really cool looking Panda nose FedEx MD-11 that FedEx had about 10 years ago 1/200. They have the Prime Air 738 1/200. Lots of good stuff. What do you think of these releases?
It's killer, honestly. I mean, there's really something for everybody if you want to take it there, especially in the 1/200 scale. The Japan, FedEx, and then in the 1/400 for sure, the Aer Lingus American Dream Lifter. Lots of variety in this set. Very impressive to see JC going full-fledged. Been very pleased with what they've been making recently. Definitely something I'd like to expand into more often, but obviously being a U.S. collector, that's kind of hard. U.S. modern collector, pardon me. It's a little hard to do so. Also, the Prime Air will be very popular. Nice to see a good variety of normal and plain liveries. I thought that was excellent. Great release. Awesome job by JC Wings.
Absolutely agreed. So good stuff here. Buy what you want, but don't spend too much money.
Agreed.
Finally, we have Panda Models with their 4 releases for this month. 3738, they're all SkyTeam, 2 from China Southern and 1 from China Eastern, and they have a miscellaneous airline, also known as Cathay Pacific, Airbus A321neo. This is a former Cathay Dragon aircraft, and it's now Cathay Pacific, as Cathay Pacific has removed the Cathay Dragon brand and absorbed all those aircraft into their standard brand. So, nothing really here of interest for me, but what do you think of these releases?
It obviously is for a very particular niche, and it's definitely nice to see that for those guys. Panda is honestly very interesting with their 4 to 5 model sets, in my opinion. I'll be eager to see what they produce in the future, but I really have to say that the niche picking is interesting to me, but overall, it is nice to see even more aircraft added in the 1/400 scale, in my opinion. In my opinion, pardon me.
Agree. And Aviation 400, yes, that model company that does not produce many models, but they are insanely detailed. They're actually, I'm just going to be honest, up front, they are 1 to 200 scale level detailed models in 1 to 400 scale. You're going to pay a pretty price for them, but they are, man, they're sweet. I don't have one yet, but they look amazing. I can't wait to get one. But they do have some releases. So in January, they have 2 models arriving, and that is the Republic of Korea Air Force A330-243 MRTT and the Royal Netherlands Air Force MRTT. You can see these models have separate detailing for each country, which is pretty awesome. And then coming in February, they have 2 models that I'm very excited for. I might even pick them up. The Cathay Pacific 777-300ER in the R50th 777-300ER livery. This is the old livery with that little R50th 777-300ER sticker. And I think there's also an Expo sticker on the front there too. But nothing too offensive really. It's basically just teeny stickers on the regular livery. Same thing with this ANA 777-300ER that I do want to get. It has Tokyo Dachi livery, but it's such a teeny little sticker there from the L3 door. It's nothing really too annoying. It's quite nice models. I'm just oohing and ahhing over these 777s. And so while I continue to do that, so Red River Aviation has some comments on these models.
Very awesome to see Aviation 400 doing more diverse sets. Ever since I saw Swiss 400's video on the KLM with the beacon, I've always been like, it's on my bucket list, and I would definitely like to get one at some point. Definitely hope they keep doing some nice variety here, and I'm sure when the right 777 comes around for me, I'll get one. But for Citrus and all those particular collectors that are big on MMRT, I think Cathay Pacific and ANA, these are huge. Definitely get them from your local retailer for, I think the triples are $49 and then the MMRTs are $54 most places.
You just got that wrong. It's the other way around.
MRTT?
Yeah, the MRTT A330
okay,
are
okay,
50,
my apologies.
And the 777-300 are
Oh,
65.
the prices. Okay, my bad. Yeah, you're right.
That's okay. So with the A330 MRTTs, those are $50 with discounts, I should mention. And the 777-300ERs are $55 with discounts. MSRP is $80 on these things. Man, they are 1/2 price. Anyway, they are nice models, and I think they'll be great distance. I should mention also the purchase of almost every Aviation 400 model, you get a stand and a tug included. And I do have the tug that I got in Master Unboxing 1 that I got with a model. And the tug's actually pretty nice. And some of those tugs, they have actual liveries of the airline on them. So, in my opinion, the Aviation 400 models are worth the pickup. So if you can afford them, which that's the big if, but if you can afford them, it's worth the pickup. It'll be the gem of your collection. So, with that being said, we have some special releases to talk about. And this is really what I think is going to be the future of the hobby, are these special releases that are made by model companies.
Custom releases.
And then sold only through a retailer, like say Prairie Diecast, who is doing 2 specials. He is doing the Panda Models WestJet 737-600 and the JC Wings Air India 777-300ER. I believe both are limited to 450 pieces each, and they are sold through his website.
I'll give you guys a little sneak peek. Behind me in the box, maybe one of those.
Yes. And on the screen there'll be pictures as usual. And then RM Model Store will be selling some exclusive Panda Models releases. These are from Panda Models. There are 4 of them. There are 2 Southwest 737-700s, a Spirit A320, and a JetBlue A320 in the new tail. So it's really cool. It's really cool that these retailers are helping to distribute these models, and the model manufacturers for making them. So thank you, model manufacturers, for making our dreams come true. What are your thoughts on these exclusive releases that these mall stores are bringing to us, and the companies too?
So overall, I think it's an awesome addition for us collectors, especially, I know there's a lot of US guys, I know there's a lot of guys across the globe, especially with Air India and everything, but I really feel like finally getting these custom releases is going to fill a lot of voids for sure in the hobby. I'll start with the Prairie Diecast with the WestJet and Air India. I know those are 2 high demand models, and it's awesome to see certain voids getting filled that, for say, Gemini Jets and NG models can't do for their respective reasons. As for the RM Model Store exclusive, exclusives. I'm going to be very eager to see those. The Panda model mold has not been, to my knowledge, there's never been a 700 split ever made in a 1 to 400 scale with in a major demographic that we've known about. And to see that that's going to happen is very eye-opening to me. I feel like it's going to be huge for the community, and it's going to be awesome, like Citrus said, to finally see some of our dreams come true. And I definitely think that has a lot of potential, especially if people can start funding these things on a more regular basis. This could be a new normal for many people, and this could definitely potentially establish some brands in these two instances, Prairie Wings and our models. But I think it's an awesome addition to awesome addition to the hobby, and I'm going to be very excited to see how they go. If you do want any of these, I highly recommend ordering them now, because since they're exclusives in such limited quantity, the eBay prices are going to be through the roof, literally. It's going to make the Delta Series 900 at some point maybe even look good.
With that being said, we have one last release set to talk about, and that is the NG Models releases for January 2021. There is some good stuff in here. The Qatar Airways A350 and the Philippine Airways A350. Hopefully, these will be good quality. I'm in the wait and see camp on that one. The British Airways 7710 is coming out, and I did talk to NG Models directly, and they have told me this is a direct re-release, because they said they had a very high demand for this model when they made the first release, and it sold out very quickly. They still had a lot of people asking for this model, so they decided to do a re-release. So this is the quickest re-release in NG Models history. The last release, which was Zulu Bravo Lima Alpha, was in March, and this one is here in January, so it's just 10 months later. So this is Lima Bravo, so pretty cool to see.
United is close, but it was like, I think 14 months.
Yeah, September 2019 versus October 2020.
Yeah,
so
13, 14 months.
Yeah, that's 13 months. And so the BA 710 is a little bit faster. I'm still surprised by it, but hey, it's cool. For all those who want another BA 710, here's your chance to get one. NG,
they also messed up.
NG, can you please rush a re-release of the 779 for BA? I would really appreciate
Oh man,
that.
I'm dying right now. That's been filing to Dallas regularly, and Phoenix is supposed to get BA back in February, and I'm sure they're bringing it.
And they're flying the 789s to Atlanta, so I need that too.
Yeah, absolutely. And everywhere else seems like, I think Miami's getting them, and it's not Los Angeles, plenty. I think even Chicago too. So,
yeah.
Wow.
So, what are the highlights for you this month?
I thought the Qatars were nice. I really would like that One World, but unfortunately, it's not practical to my fleet. Lots of great variety in this set. Another interesting month with no U.S. registered narrow bodies. So, very interesting stuff there. I feel like it is going to be all right, though. Definitely a good time to get catch up if you are behind on models.
I believe the tone will be caught up on that one.
Yes, it's a good time to get caught up. Pardon me. I'm sorry. I need to take English again. However,
speaking is hard.
With the Chinese New Year coming up, they'll probably have another small March set and potentially even some February stuff. So we'll see. I've heard, just going back to the 737 speculation, I've also heard potentially Frontier A321s coming, so that would be very, very cool to see. And I hate to say this, but I've requested an American A321 3 times just for the sake of having that. Or I've just reminded them of it. I haven't requested 3 times, but I've just mentioned it. And I've got acknowledgement all 3 times. This is from last April till now, so maybe we'll get that at some point. But I feel like they'll get back going on the U.S. stuff soon. But for right now, I feel like they're just branching off a little bit. They kind of did this. I feel like they did this they did this last February and March, because all we got was like the Primary, I think. And was there a United 7 or? I feel like, yeah, like at the beginning of the year, they seemed to kind of branch off. Like they did the American 321s, and then they branched off till April. So I would expect a big Q2 probably. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Although
nevertheless,
the whole thing is also, I gotta mind people once again, just because you live in America does not mean you are the most important group of collectors in the world.
Absolutely, and that goes for whether you're retro, modern, or futuristic, any of that.
Because the thing is, these mall companies, ultimately, they want to make lots of money.
Marking up heavies, dude. Sorry. Had to.
All they want to do is just make lots of dinero, cassis, kablin monies. And by releasing planes from all around the world, particularly heavies, it's the truth, heavies make the most money. And they're the highest profit cows.
It costs $25 to make a 747. I'm going to sell it for $45. I'm sorry.
That is what they do. It makes money. It's the unfortunate reality. And they have to make models from around the world. So yes, they do US stuff. In fact, NG does
Regional
great stuff.
jets only profit for 3 cents.
Anyway, that is the reality. So if there isn't US models this month, or whatever it is you're looking for, be patient. It's coming around the corner. NG is actually pretty consistent with releasing stuff for everybody. So looking forward to what's coming out. This month is pretty decent. I'm probably going to pass on this except for the Qatar. I think I'm coming around to pick that one up at some point in the future.
Normal?
Yeah, the normal one.
Ah, I see.
But the other models, I think I'll pass on the others. I'm also deciding to pass on the Singapore for last month. I'm going to try and track down Aviation 401 at some point. Want to try their mold, see if it's any good. And because I just don't need it, to be honest. I would like it, but I can wait. And we also have one last exclusive release, and that is the Jet's Louisiana 1. This was the yearly airplane stop exclusive. This is something they're starting to do once a year now. Around Christmas, they release an exclusive. 2019, they did the FDNY. 2020, they did Louisiana 1, and I'm told they're going to do another one in 2021. So, both of us have this model, and we have some thoughts on it. And mostly, we agree that the livery is amazing. Okay, we can agree on that, right? They did an amazing job of the livery, right?
Pelican 1's a unit, man. I was very impressed. The blue's on point. Awesome job on the detail as well with the Pelicans. Oh yeah, my favorite part is probably under the engines. Wow, that was awesome for the 1:400 scale.
I know. I love how they actually sewed the full nest on the engine, which is super cool.
Oh yeah, if you like felt yours, it feels like there's like a like an engraving when they have the Pelican on there. It's so nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. Now, we do have to talk about the negative. The nose. There's some problems.
Oops.
And the first one is the nose gear door extends out like twice as far as it's supposed to. Which this was not a problem on the old model when they used the JC Wings mold, the newer JC Wings mold.
This wasn't a problem till this set, literally. This one and the Illinois one. It was good on Florida one, so
yeah.
I don't know.
And then the cockpit windows.
Ooh.
What are they thinking? Cockpit windows don't look like that. They don't slope down. The 737 cockpit windows, the top of them is supposed to go about straight across the aircraft, level.
I'm looking at it nose on right now, and this is interesting.
Yeah,
this is.
I have plenty of picture evidence that you guys can take a look here. I
do have to give them credit though on the horizontal stabilizers not being too far angled up. It does look nicer on this one for sure.
I have pictures here that I took outside in the beautiful weather, both Illinois 1 and Louisiana 1, the new December releases, I guess, for both. They both have the same issue. They have the same nose gear problem. Also, the nose cone is the decal or the... Oh, never mind. Todd's going to get mad at me saying the word decal. Anyway, the printed graphic is a bit off, and not only that, on my model, for some reason, on the starboard side, the Louisiana 1 titles are a bit lower by about 1 or 2 millimeters than they are on the port side. I'm like, why is that? I don't... There's quality problems all over this model. Other than the lovely livery, I mean, I don't know. I can't give this thing... I'm not going to spoil the rating for this model, but the review is going to be something else. Just telling you that. And I am doing the review soon, so...
I'll send you a picture of this, but I've noticed on the top of mine, when it gets to the bird eye, the color of the paint, like... I hope it's not a bad smear, but it changes. There's like a thick line that's a design across the top of the fuselage that's very interesting as well.
So with that being said, we have community news to go over, and then we'll be finished with this episode. Thank you guys if you stayed all the way through this video.
We're chilling.
Yeah, we're having a great time here. And community news. Justin Winslow is back regularly on YouTube. He's posting on his now renamed Justin Winslow Aviation channel. He's got new channel banner picture, and he's posting like a couple times, like
a week.
Yeah, it's a pretty regular. And he has a new vlog channel out too, so go check him out. And then AS Aviation, our man, got 10,000 subscribers. Congratulations to you, good soul. You had
That happened on the 31st of December of 2020.
I know, he got 10K just for the end of the year, which is so awesome. And
Absolutely.
he has a viral video now. I mean, that's pretty awesome, right?
He also had videos such as the Air Seal subtitle video, as well as the SJ182 video, get thousands of views as well. So congratulations to him.
Yeah. So congratulations to him. He is well on his way, hopefully to getting back to monetization and to having a successful channel. So, with that being said, there's one last community news. I know this one's kind of could be considered a little bit selfish, but my channel hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and I'm really excited about that.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you very much. And we have great stuff coming very soon. Monetization should be coming close. Get it? We're only 1,000 watch hours away from getting a 4,000, and at the current rate, we'll be there, I think, by April. So, looking forward to that. I want to thank you guys so much for being able to make that possible on this channel. And I want to thank amazing guests like Red River Aviation coming on to shows like this to help with that as well. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Red River Aviation, what do you want to say to close out the episode?
I appreciate being able to come on your show, and I really enjoyed being able to talk to you guys today. Much appreciated, and hopefully there'll be more opportunities like this in the future. Thank you guys for watching Citrus Aviation's video. I'm sure he greatly appreciates it, and thank you for listening to a couple of minor rants that I had, just trying to describe some situations to try to help you guys out. But nevertheless, it was awesome to be here today, and I really appreciate it. So thank you guys for coming by today.
Absolutely great to have Red River Aviation on the show for this month. And with that being said, I want to thank every single one of you for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Happy model collecting, and God bless you.
Flagship freedom. We all love flagship freedom.
Flagship freedom?